This is PolitiPod's Set Up to Be Let Down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
After the text exchange between Trump Employee 1 and Trump Employee 2 in April 2021, some of Trump's boxes were moved from the business center to a bathroom and shower in the Mar-a-Lago Club's lake room as depicted in a photograph.
At what point, documents were moved from storage to a bathroom. It's believed Trump did this so he could look at the document while under a fancy chandelier. In May 2021, Trump directed that a storage room on the ground floor of the Mar-a-Lago Club be cleaned out so that it could be used to store his boxes. The hallway leading to the storage room could be reached from multiple outside entrances, including one accessible from the Mar-a-Lago Club pool patio through a doorway that was often kept open. The storage room was near the liquor supply closet, linen room, lock shop, and various other rooms.
Trump had a storage room cleared out for the documents. This room was accessible to the outside, but most importantly, to a liquor closet.
On June 24th, 2021, Trump's boxes that were in the lake room were moved to the storage room. After the move, there were more than 80 boxes in the storage room, as depicted in the photographs.
In 1921, Fred Barnard reportedly said, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." In 2021, that's 80 boxes, allowing for inflation.
December 2021, Nauta found several of Trump's boxes fallen and their contents spilled onto the floor of the storage room, including a document which denoted that the information in the document was releasable only to the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance Consulting of Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom and the United States. Nauta texted Trump Employee 2. I opened the door and found this. Nauta also attached two photographs he took of the spill. And Trump Employee 2 replied, "Oh no. And I'm sorry, POTUS had my phone." One of the photographs Nauta texted to Trump Employee 2 is depicted with the visible classified information redacted. Trump's unlawful retention of this document is charged in count 8 of this indictment.
The Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance used to have more eyes, but due to budget cuts, and Trump thought they said five guys and began drooling out of conditioning. You don't want to see what happens if you ring the bell.
In July 2021, when he was no longer president, Trump gave an interview in his office at the Bedminster Club to a writer and publisher in connection with a then forthcoming book. Two members of Trump's staff also attended the interview, which was recorded with Trump's knowledge and consent. Before the interview, the media had published reports that at the end of Trump's term as president, a senior military official purportedly feared that Trump might order an attack on country A, and that the senior military official advised Trump against doing so.
Upon greeting the writer, publisher, and his two staff members, Trump stated, "Look what I found. This was the senior military official's plan of attack. Read it and just show it's interesting." Later in the interview, Trump engaged in the following exchange.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like beginning. When Milley's talking about, we're going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in. That's right, trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Milley, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. We looked at them. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. There's a secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
she'd send it, no, she'd send it to Anthony Weiner, the pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? He said the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified, but now I can't, you know, but this is
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so, here I am. And you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
In August or September 21, when he was no longer president, Trump met in his office at the Minister Club with a representative of his Political Action Committee. During the meeting, Trump commented that an ongoing military operation in Country B was not going well. Trump showed the PAC representative a classified map of Country B and told the PAC representative that he should not be showing the map to the PAC representative and to not get too close. The PAC representative did not have a security clearance or any need to know classified information about the military operation.
Trump showed Susie Wiles, Liz Harrington, and Margot Martin a classified map like he was playing Risk. Now they're all talking to Jack Smith. I guess he was right.
On February 16th, 2017, 4 years before Trump's disclosures of classified information set forth above, Trump said at a press conference, "The first thing I thought of when I heard about it is, how does the press get this information that's classified? How do they do it? You know why? Because it's an illegal process, and the press should be ashamed of themselves. But more importantly, the people that gave out the information to the press should be ashamed of themselves, really ashamed." Trump's production of 15 cardboard boxes to the National Archives and Records Administration.
Before it was known, Trump had classified materials he proclaimed to the press that they should be ashamed of themselves for having it. Now, if the stations had nice enough bathrooms, there would have been another issue.
Beginning in May 2021, the National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, which was responsible for archiving presidential records, repeatedly demanded that Trump turn over presidential records that he had kept after his presidency. On multiple occasions, beginning in June, NARA warned Trump through his representatives that if he did not comply, it would refer the matter of the missing records to the Department of Justice.
The National Archives repeatedly demanded Trump return documents, and if he did not, that they would tell the Department of Justice. Considering Trump's relationship with Justice, he thought they meant to get his Diet Coke some ice.
Between November 2021 and January 2022, Nauta and Trump employee number 2, at Trump's direction, brought boxes from the storage room to Trump's residence for Trump to review.
Another result of the archives reaching out was that Nauta and employee number 2 took boxes to Trump for him to go through. Trump and a number 2, never a good combination. On November 12, 2021, Trump employee 2 provided Trump a photograph of his boxes in the storage room by taping it to one of the boxes that Trump employee 2 had placed in Trump's residence. Trump employee 2 provided Trump the photograph so that Trump could see how many of his boxes were stored in the storage room. The photograph depicted a wall of the storage room against which dozens of Trump's boxes were stacked.
Trump had so many boxes of documents. It looked like he was having a security clearance sale.
Trump, when asked about the audio recording, finally exclaimed that he was a legitimate person. Trump is evolving. First stage is puppet, second stage is a real boy, and the third stage is legitimate person.
On November 17th, 2021, Nauta texted Trump employee number 2 about the photograph Trump employee 2 had provided to Trump, stating he mentioned about a picture of the boxes. He wants me to see it? Trump employee number 2 replied, calling you shortly.
November 2021, Trump employee 2 texted Nauta about Trump's review of the contents of his boxes, asking, has he mentioned boxes to you? I delivered some, but I think he may need more. Could you ask if he'd like more in Pine Hall? Pine Hall was an empty room in Trump's residence. Nauta replied in 3 successive text messages, nothing about boxes yet. He has one he's working on in Pine Hall, knocked out 2 boxes yesterday.
There's even a rumor that he's buried one of his boxes out back of Mar-a-Lago.
On November 29, 2021, Trump employee 2 texted Nauta asking, next, you are on property, no rush. Could you help me bring 4 more boxes up? Nauta replied, yes, of course.
December 29, 2021, Trump employee 2 texted a Trump representative who was in contact with Nauta. Box answer will be wrenched out of him today. Promise. The next day, Trump representative 1 replied in 2 successive text messages. Hey, just checking on boxes. Would love to have a number to them today. Trump employee 2 spoke to Trump and then responded a few hours later in 2 successive text messages. 12 is his number.
On January 13th, 2022, Nauta texted Trump employee number 2 about Trump's tracking of boxes, stating he's tracking the boxes, more to follow today on whether he wants to go through more today or tomorrow. Trump employee 2 replied, thank you.
Hey, crime is not an excuse to lack proper manners.
In January 2022, Nauta sent Trump employee 2 successive text messages. One thing he asked was for new covers for the boxes. Can we get new box covers before giving these to them on Monday? They have too much writing on them. I marked too much. Trump employee 2 replied, yes, I will get that.
Yeah, they wanted to get new covers because there was too much writing on them, and most of the writing was in ketchup.
On January 17th, 2022, Trump employee 2 and Nauta gathered 15 boxes from Trump's residence, loaded the boxes in Nauta's car, and took them to a commercial truck for delivery to Nauta.
When interviewed by the FBI in May 2022 regarding the location and movement of boxes before the production to Nauta made false and misleading statements as set forth in count 38 of the indictment, including a falsely stating that he was not aware of Trump's boxes being brought to Trump's residence for his review before Trump provided 15 boxes to Nauta in January 2022. Also falsely stating that he did not know how the boxes that he and Trump employee 2 brought from Trump's residence to the commercial truck for delivery to Nauta in January had gotten to the residence, and when asked whether he knew where Trump's boxes had been stored before they were in Trump's residence and whether they had been in a secure or locked location, Nauta falsely responded, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I honestly just don't know.
Doesn't he know that he ought not to lie to the FBI?
Well, Nauta. More like shouldn't Nauta.
PolitiPod, set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff, will return after this brief message.
Hi, I'm Jacob Nisenoff, and I'm one of the people who make PolitiPod, the podcast. Yeah, the political podcast that you haven't listened to yet. We are a group of people who have fun with politics, governance, and more. We alone can save you from making your own political humor podcast. Our writers put together one-liners, sketches, and even a small amount of information on upcoming elections every 2 weeks. You can find out what we have done the last 7 years by going to the soundcloud.com/politipod or just visit on any Tuesday to see if it's one of the Tuesdays we have a new episode. However you want to do it, feel free to enjoy the laugh and be on your way. Thanks for listening to me. Now go listen to your new political humor podcast of choice, PolitiPod. We're at soundcloud.com/PolitiPod.
And now back to PolitiPod's set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
When the 15 boxes that Trump had provided reached NARA in January 2022, NARA reviewed the contents and determined that 14 of the boxes contained documents with classification markings. Specifically, as the FBI later determined, the boxes contained 197 documents with classification markings, of which 98 were marked secret, 30 were marked top secret, and the remainder were marked confidential. Some of those documents also contained SCI and SAP markings.
Turns out the SAP markings were mostly maple syrup.
February 2022, NARA referred the discovery of classified documents in Trump's boxes to the Department of Justice for investigation.
On March 30, 2022, the FBI opened a criminal investigation.
April 26, 2022, a federal grand jury opened that investigation.
And on April 27th, 2022, Trump opened some mailboxes.
On May 11th, 2022, the grand jury issued a subpoena, the May 11th subpoena, to the office of Donald J. Trump, requiring the production of all documents with classification markings in the possession, custody, or control of Trump or the office of Donald J. Trump. Two attorneys representing Trump, Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 2, informed Trump of the May 11th subpoena, and he authorized Trump Attorney 1 to accept service.
May 22nd, 2022, Nauta entered the storage room at 3:47 p.m. and left approximately 34 minutes later, carrying one of Trump's boxes.
On May 23rd, 2022, Trump met with Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 2 at the Mar-a-Lago Club to discuss the response to the May 11th subpoena. Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 2 told Trump that they needed to search for documents that would be responsive to the subpoena and provide certification that there had been compliance with the subpoena. Trump, in sum and substance, made the following statements, among others, as memorialized by Trump Attorney 1. A, I don't want anybody looking. I don't want anybody looking through my boxes. I really don't. I don't want you looking through my boxes. B, well, what happens if we just don't respond at all or don't play ball with them? C, wouldn't it be better if we just told them we don't have anything here? D, well, look, isn't it better if there are no documents?
At this point, Kokorin wishes this was an essay test and not multiple choice. It's easier to bullshit your way through an essay. While meeting with Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 2 in May 23rd, Trump, in sum and substance, told the following story as memorialized by Trump Attorney 1. He was great. He did a great job. You know what? He said that it was him, that he was the one who deleted all of her emails, the 30,000 emails, because they basically dealt with her scheduling and her going to the gym and her having beauty appointments. And he was great. And so she didn't get in any trouble because he said that he was the one who deleted them. Trump related the story more than once that day.
On May 23rd, Trump also confirmed his understanding with Trump Attorney 1 that Trump Attorney 1 would return to the Mar-a-Lago Club on June 2nd to search for any documents with classification markings to produce in response to the May 11 subpoena. Trump Attorney 1 made it clear to Trump that Trump Attorney 1 would conduct the search for the responsive documents by looking through Trump's boxes that had been transported from the White House and remained in storage at the Mar-a-Lago Club. Trump indicated that he wanted to be at the Mar-a-Lago Club when Trump Attorney 1 returned to review his boxes on June 2nd, and that Trump would change his summer travel plans to do so. Trump told Attorney number 2 that Trump Attorney 2 did not need to be present for the review of boxes.
After meeting with Trump Attorney 1 and 2 on the 23rd of May, Trump delayed his departure from the Mar-a-Lago Club to the Bedminster Club for the summer so that he would be present at the club on June 2nd when Trump Attorney 1 returned to review the boxes.
Trump's attorneys told him they were looking for classified documents. He repeatedly told them about the Clinton attorney who took the blame for deleting her emails. In other words, he kept answering in storytelling form. It's a shame he's not a drag queen.
Between Trump's May 23rd meeting with Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 2 to discuss the May 11th subpoena and June 2nd, when Trump Attorney 1 returned to the Mar-a-Lago club to review the boxes in the storage room, Nauta removed, at Trump's direction, a total of approximately 64 boxes from the storage room and brought them to Trump's residence as set forth below. On May 24th, 2022, between 5:30 and 5:38 p.m., Nauta removed 3 boxes from the storage room. B. On May 30th, 2022, at 9:08 a.m., Trump and Nauta spoke by phone for approximately 30 seconds. Between 10:02 a.m. and 11:51 a.m., Nauta removed a total of approximately 50 boxes from the storage room. C. On May 30th, 2022, at 12:33 p.m., a Trump family member texted Nauta, "Good afternoon, Walt. Happy Memorial Day. I saw you put boxes to POTUS room. Just FYI, and I will tell him as well. Not sure how many he wants to take on Friday on the plane. We will not have room for them. Plane will be full with luggage. Thank you." Nauta replied, "Good afternoon, ma'am," smiley face emoji. "Thank you so much. I think he wanted to pick from them. I don't imagine him wanting to take the boxes. He told me to put them in the room and that he was going to talk to you about them." On June 1, 2022, beginning at 12:52 p.m., Nauta removed approximately 11 boxes from the storage room.
On June 1st, 2022, Trump spoke with his attorney 1 by phone and asked if he was coming to the Mar-a-Lago club the next day and for exactly what purpose. The attorney reminded Trump that he was going to review the boxes that had been transported from the White House and remained in storage at the Mar-a-Lago club so that he could have a custodian of records certify that the May 11th subpoena had been complied with fully. Phew. For a second, I thought they were going to blame the custodian.
On June 2nd, 2022, the day that Trump Attorney 1 was scheduled to review Trump's boxes in the storage room, Trump spoke with Nauta on the phone at 9:29 a.m. for approximately 24 seconds.
Later that day, between 12:33 and 12:52 p.m., Nauta and an employee of the club moved approximately 30 boxes from Trump's residence to the storage room.
At this point, Nauta is more like a Dostoevsky character in the Brothers Carry Box Off. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Matt's shaking. PolitiPod set up to be let down. Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff, will return after this brief message.
Friend of the show, Dylan Brody, has a wonderful book out called Relatively Painless that can be found at dylanbrody.com. Jenny Lawson, best-selling author of Furiously Happy and Let's Pretend This Never Happened, says, "My only complaint is that I wanted more, which is a good complaint to have. It made me laugh and cry and then laugh again and then pee and then cry. Lots of fluids lost, but in a good way. A book to make you appreciate the tragically funny and beautiful horror of family." David Sedaris says, "Dylan Brody is funny in ways that don't remind me of anyone. Relatively Painless, a beautiful book for anyone who ever had a family." Relatively Painless can be found at dylanbrody.com.
And now back to PolitiPod's set up to be let down. Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff. In sum, between May 23rd, 2022 and June 2nd, 2022, before Trump Attorney 1's review of Trump's boxes in the storage room, Nauta, at Trump's direction, moved approximately 64 boxes from the storage room to Trump's residence and brought to the storage room only approximately 30 boxes. Neither Trump nor Nauta informed Trump Attorney 1 of this information. On the afternoon of June 2nd, 2022, as Trump had been informed, Trump Attorney 1 arrived at the Mar-a-Lago Club to review Trump's boxes to look for documents with classification markings in response to the May 11th subpoena. Trump met with Trump Attorney 1 before Trump Attorney 1 conducted the review. Nauta escorted Trump Attorney 1 to the storage room. Between 3:53 p.m. and 6:23 p.m., Trump Attorney 1 reviewed the contents of Trump's boxes in the storage room. Trump Attorney 1 located 38 documents with classification markings inside the boxes, which Trump Attorney 1 removed and placed in a red-weld folder. Trump Attorney 1 contacted Nauta and asked him to bring clear duct tape to the storage room, which Nauta did. Trump Attorney 1 used the clear duct tape to seal the red-weld folder with the documents with classification markings inside. I guess all's well that's red-weld. After Trump Attorney 1 finished sealing the red-weld folder containing the documents with classification markings that he had found inside Trump's boxes, Nauta took Trump Attorney 1 to a dining room in the Mar-a-Lago Club to meet with Trump. After Trump Attorney 1 confirmed that he was finished with his search of the storage room, Trump asked, "Did you find anything? Is it bad? Good?" Trump and Trump Attorney 1 then discussed what to do with the red-weld folder containing documents with classification markings and whether Trump Attorney 1 should bring them to his hotel room and put them in a safe there. During the conversation, Trump made a plucking motion as memorialized by Trump Attorney 1. He made a funny motion as though, well, okay, why don't you take them with you to your hotel room? And if there's anything really bad in there, like, pluck it out. And that was the motion that he made. He didn't say that. That evening, Trump Attorney 1 contacted the Department of Justice and requested that an FBI agent meet him at the Mar-a-Lago Club the next day, June 3rd, so that he could turn over the documents responsive to the May 11th subpoena. This has been part 2 of PolitiPod's Setup to be Let Down, Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff. Please join us as we continue reading and commenting on United States of America v. Donald J. Trump and Waltine Nauta. When you come back, bring a friend. And please remember to subscribe, like, share, and vote. Thank you and see you soon.